Hi all. So today in this video we'll be covering assertion part 4 and we'll be covering below scenarios. So the first scenario is like how we can validate or verify whether a particular phrase is present in a text message. The next one will be like validating or verify attribute value of an element. Okay, and also we'll be seeing a new topic like which is how to select an element by ID. Although we have used ID in our selectors like in the XPath or in the CSS locator, but in Selenium we have a like by locator called ID. So by dot ID we can use a similar way we have something like that. I mean not exactly that ID locator, but we can use it. uh, I mean, there is a way to use just the ID value in our playwright locator as well. So that we'll be seeing it. So let's continue now. So I have created this template already. So now let's quickly go to this page where this is my source demo website, and you can see if I enter some wrong password here and click on login button, it will give some error message, right? So we need to validate whether this username and password do not match. This phrase is available in the entire error message. Okay, that's the first scenario which we will be doing. And the second scenario we will be doing like this username. If I inspect it, then we should have a data test attribute here, and which should have a value called username. So this is also another verification mode. This is must in our case. So just assume like this is a requirement we have got and we have to validate it. It can be any attribute, it can be a placeholder also. So we need to validate there should be a placeholder called username. Let's do that. Let's do this placeholder one, not this one. So let's now do it. So first username page dot locator, and here I will not be using XPath or CSS. Okay, I will be using ID. So we have ID here, and let's use it like ID equals to username. That's it. And the next locator I have password. So let's copy this password ID and let's write password page dot locator password. And finally we have here login button, and login button also have ID. So login button page dot locator and ID equals to login button. Here I also have to use ID equals to password. So we have got username, password, and login button. Now let's first use like username dot fill, and let's give the username that is standard user. And here for password also we will be giving some random password. So password dot fill, and let's give some random password, and let's finally click on login button. Okay, so once I click on it, then we should get this error message, and the error message is this one, h3 tag, and inside this is the error message. So I can use here also data test is equal to error. So error message equals to page dot locator, and I can use data test equals to error. That's it. This is my locator. Okay, now what is the verification we want to do? We want to verify username and password do not match. This phrase should be present. So expect error text, error message dot uh, to content text, right? And here we have to give the message. I mean this message. mean this is the phrase which should be present in this error message text. Okay, now let's run it. PyTest -s dash dash headed basics, and the file name is test contains text. Okay, and next dash dash slow motion equals to 2000 milliseconds. Okay, so let's run it and let's see what is happening now. So it's giving some error. Okay, okay, got it. So the problem is we have not. No, basics test contains. Oh, okay, okay, got it. We have missed the slow motion. I mean, there is a mistake in the slow motion, right? So, okay, now it should work. Yeah, it collected one item and username got entered. Password should be wrong, and it should click on the login button, and yep, and the message got displayed, and also it passed. So this assertion is working, right? Also, we can do the negative assertions as well. So we can something like this as well. So expect, here we can write not to have text. Okay, so this is also possible, and we can write something, anything which should not be displayed. So this test keyword should not be there. Just assume like this text should not be having this phrase should not be present in the text message. Okay, so that is also possible. Okay, I will run it in the next run. So before that, let's complete the third scenario, attribute value. So this is also we can validate here. So let's do that. So expect, or we can do it here. Yeah, we can do it here. Maybe we can create a separate test method for that, but as of now it's fine. We can come, I mean, we can continue in this method only. So here we are expecting this username having to have attribute called placeholder, right? So the placeholder spelling is uh, yeah, it's all together placeholder, right? So placeholder comma, and here we have username. So many times we get a scenario like make sure or validate like this field should have a placeholder text. Okay, what is placeholder text? Placeholder text, basically if I just refresh it, you can see there is a watermark is displayed. So basically watermark and placeholder both are same. So there this watermark should be available. Okay, so this is a very common scenario in our testing, so which you need to validate. So you can easily validate that using this placeholder equals to username. So if it is not there, then it should not be displayed here. Okay, so placeholder equals to username, and also we can same thing we can do for password as well. Basically this should be a separate test, I already told you, but I'm covering it in the same method. Now let's run it. Okay, now it failed. So let's see what is the problem. Locator expected to have attribute. Okay, so actual value is password. Okay, okay. So we have just copy pasted it. That is why the problem. Password. Not this one. Okay, let's run it once again. So I have missed it. I have used username only, so it should be password. Now let's run once again. So it passed, and so basically this thing is working. So like this, we can validate any kind of attribute. It's not the placeholder. So it can be any attribute that is present in this element. So it can be class name, it can be anything. Type equals to password, that is also we can validate. So very useful thing for assertions. I hope you like the video, and if you have any doubt, please do let me know. Also, please subscribe to the channel, and thank you for watching.